Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Gift of Giving. My name is Stephen Murray and I'm the host. And for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, this program focuses on foundations, non-profits and 501c3s right here in the state of Nevada, and the people who are working in the trenches, giving their time and making our state a safer, better, brighter place for all of us. And this week I'm very, very pleased to welcome to the program Catherine McKay. She's the Community Outreach Manager for Nevada PEP. So, Catherine, please give us a brief overview of Nevada PEP and when it was founded.
Sure, and first I'd just like to say thank you so much, Steve, for having me here today. It's a pleasure.
You're welcome.
So Nevada PEP, we support families with children with disabilities, and that would cover physical, intellectual, behavioral health, and mental health concerns. And just a little side note about us, everyone that works at Nevada PEP has a child, we are a parent, or a close relative of a child that may have a child with a disability. And so we have that lived experience, if you will. So we're very familiar with a lot of the challenges that our families face. We don't have their exact journey, but we have our own journey. It's important for us that we don't speak for them, but that we're there to educate them, empower them, and encourage them to be the best advocates for their own children and their own families.
Yes. How cool is that? Well, you know what? There's nothing better in many ways than somebody that's traveled that journey to be involved in an organization like this, because you've traveled that road. Mm-hmm. You know the difficulties, you know the challenges, you know the rewards, and you're probably the best people to give the benefit of that knowledge to people reaching out to you. So I'm assuming that was the catalyst for you joining this organization, because you have a child yourself.
Yes, and also I started with PEP. We volunteered with them with my boys and my daughter, and that's really how we became familiar with them. And it was we just fell in love with the organization and what they did, and so that's how my career with Nevada PEP began.
And how many years have you yourself been with the organization?
I've been there for just over 6 years now.
And have you always been the community outreach manager?
I haven't. I started as an information training specialist, and I still work with families today, but I've also kind of incorporated the community outreach. I have Miles, who's my partner in crime in that, and that's our job, is to go out and kind of be liaisons within the community. So we attend fairs, events, public events, and just kind of share what Nevada PEP does, as well as offer resources, trainings as well. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So let's talk about some of the services. From what I could see, you have individual assistance, you have information and referral, mm-hmm. and you have transition. So let's talk about each one of those individually, and so we can all learn a little bit about what the services are that you offer. So first is individual assistance.
Yes.
So is that individual family or individual one-on-one?
Well, what that would look like is that when families are needing our help, they would call into PEP. And we would take down their information, basic information, and then we would pair them up with one of our family specialists. That's the person then that kind of teams everything with them and helps them along their journey. So what they might work with them on would be like if they needed resources, just a simple, resources for what's available within the community. And then also it could be educational resources or attending meetings within the educational system. That might be like an IEP or 504 meeting. And then also like dispute resolution. So trying to, if there is disagreements, maybe within, meetings, help to kind of build that bridge, I guess.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's kind of, it's quite a bit.
It's quite a wide umbrella.
It is quite a, it is.
Yes.
And then transitions, that's when like a student is transitioning maybe from middle school to high school and making sure that they have the services in place, or also transitioning from high school to the next step, so post-secondary or work life, whatever that might be.
So if they're transitioning from schools or something, how long are they in your program or availing themselves of your service? Could that be quite a while?
Well,
because it's not like when they finish the semester at one school and they start at the next. Presumably that transition could take variable periods of time, could it not?
Yes, and we do serve families with children that from ages birth to 26. So, if they're,
Wow.
yeah, so
That's quite a
we
time frame.
Yeah, we can cover those different transitional and depending upon their high school life of what type of a degree they're looking at or whatnot, and is how long that they might be in the high school program. So
Now, do you find that some of them come back to you, when they're transitioning from, say, kindergarten to junior, then when they go to junior high, do they come back and because you help them with the first transition?
mm-hmm.
Do you find you get people coming back a few years later?
Yes, we do. And it just kind of depends on what's happening within, their journey. But I'll tell you that some of the most rewarding is when, like, you have you've worked with students maybe, in elementary school or middle school, and all of a sudden they're graduating and they send you a picture and just say, thank you so much for all your help. Like that, I just love those stories.
Yes.
And, that's really rewarding. So, and I've been in trainings to where I've had parents come up to me and say, oh my gosh, Nevada PEP helped my mom with me, and now you're helping me with my,
Gotcha.
My child. Yeah. So, I mean, I can tell you a little bit. We started, it'll be almost 30 years this coming July. So we've been around for a little bit.
Just a tad.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the information referral. When you're asked for a referral, do you just give them a phone number, or do you follow it up with a connection yourself? Do you have the parents of the family on while you make that connection or introduction? How
Yeah.
does that work there?
So, we do have families that are referred to us, but most of the time our families call in to us.
Okay.
And if let's say that maybe they're looking for child care information or school information, then we can provide those resources for them. So that's what that might look like.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the children themselves, let's say some of them, you say, they've got certain disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Do you refer them to other organizations? Let's say there's a child that's got autism, for example.
Mm-hmm.
They reach out to you. Do you keep them under your wing, or do you say, this is an organization that specifically deals with autism, let's refer them? Do you refer in that way or capacity or not?
Yes, and it's because the way I look at it is that the more information parents can receive, then You know, the more education you can give them, only helps them become more successful. So we have several different organizations that we work with and we partner with, that certainly we would give them that referral
So
just say, hey,
you put their interests ahead. Nice.
Yes.
We're going to take a little sponsorship break. When we come back, we're going to talk about some of your programs.
Okay, sounds good.
Please stay with us, everyone. We're going to take a little sponsorship break, and we'll be right back.
Individual investors use IRAs and trust accounts. Employers use 401ks, 403bs, and corporate accounts. As a full-service financial institution, we at Lucia Capital Group help individuals and families as they work towards achieving their goals, whether it's managing your investments, implementing income and tax strategies, or managing risks towards enjoying a steady cash flow in retirement without the worry of the stock market volatility. Lucia Capital Group has a strategy for you. We also help employers manage employee benefits such as 401ks, 403bs, disability, life insurance, and so much more. Lucia Capital Group has served the Las Vegas area for more than 20 years. You should not let the volatility of the stock market determine your retirement future. I'm Joshua Dowdy. Whether you're an individual investor looking to manage your nest egg, or an employer looking to offer new benefits or manage an existing plan, we can help. Call me today for your free consultation. 702-508-6421. That's 702-508-6421.
Welcome back, everyone, and I'd like to thank Joshua Dowden from Lucia Capital Group for sponsoring this program. For any of you companies or individuals out there with retirement needs, please reach out to Joshua. He's been fantastic helping me these last several years. And I'd like to thank our guest today, Catherine McKay from Nevada PEP, and thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule as Community Outreach Manager and spending the time with us.
Oh, of course.
In this section, I'd like to talk about some of the programs that you have.
Sure.
And I've noticed here on your website we have Safe Allies, we've got a Youth Move, Hand in Hand, support groups, training. So let's talk a little bit about each one of these.
Okay.
Let's talk about Safe Allies first.
Okay, so our Safe Allies program, this raises awareness for bullying and bullying prevention, and it'll focus on the laws and processes of how you would the process of how you would report bullying incidences.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's our Safe Allies program. So it really focuses in on that.
I believe that bullying, in our discussions beforehand, it's Bullying Awareness a month, I think, is in October.
Is October.
And Nevada PEP's going to come back on, be a guest on one of these programs on the station to promote awareness of Bullying Awareness Month. And we certainly need to do that. Try and stomp this out.
Yes,
so,
that would be fantastic. Yeah.
So Youth Move.
So our Youth Move program is our 14 to 24 youth program, and what it focuses on is really kind of providing a safe place for youth. They meet once a week virtually right now. And it's a safe place for them to come and talk with other youth and to help develop their self-advocacy skills. They are also very involved in trying to make system changes. So, and they're nationally recognized. They've got over 30 podcasts that talks about various different topics. But it's a fantastic program, and we always welcome youth to join and encourage them to join.
Sure. Sounds like a great program, that one.
Yes.
4 to 24. And do you have them all in the one group? Because that's quite an elastic age range.
It is, and there is a process. So you would go through PEP to do that. But yeah, it is a big age range, but it's not really considered like a support group. It's like I said, it's more of like trying to create awareness and those self-advocacy skills and things of that nature.
Well, obviously it works.
Yeah.
Because you've still got the program going, so you've obviously figured out that it works. What about your hand-in-hand program?
Our hand-in-hand program, and I did bring, I'll leave this with you, Steve. This is our yearbook. Our hand-in-hand program, we're so proud of that. What it does is it recognizes individuals. So families can nominate teachers, grandparents, neighbors, friends, anyone in their lives or their community that's made a difference in the life of a child with a disability.
Oh, how nice.
So it's great, like during Christmas time or at the end of the year, teacher appreciation, to be able to nominate them, and then their story, they receive a pin, a recognition pin, and their story is printed in this yearbook. Nice. So, and they receive a copy of that. So it's just a great way to there's so many great people out there that do wonderful things for our kids, and it's always nice to have them recognized. So
without taking your papers away, let me just hold this up. And this is the 2023 yearbook.
Yes.
And now does this come out every single year?
Yes, it comes out every year, and it also includes just some statistics about Nevada PEP and things like that. So it's a really fun program. It's great for us because we'll go into the schools, and if we're there for meetings and whatnot, and you'll see teachers wearing the little pins, and it's just
there you go.
yeah, and they really appreciate that. So
for sure. And is that available for purchase, or can people go onto the website and order a copy of it if they want?
They can, and also if you want to nominate someone, you could go on the website, and then you just fill out the nomination form, and then it goes to our directors, and then they gather them all together, and then they get printed. So, and then the family, I believe it's the family as well as the recipient receives them. So, yeah.
Now, when these people are nominated, are they automatically put in the book, or does this committee of directors, do they say we can only take 50? What are the 50 most worthy?
I believe they all. If somebody's going to take that time, that they'll all.
They're all going to get the recognition.
Yes.
That's great. So nobody's eliminated.
Yes. And we also have sponsorships for this program. It's an amazing program. So if anybody is interested in sponsoring, there's different sponsor levels, and you can find all that information on the website as well.
Okay. Well, we'll certainly put out the website information at the end of this program before we close.
Great.
So now, you also have support groups.
Yes, we do have support groups. Our support groups are both in English and in Spanish, and they are now once a week, and they take place virtually. So you would just go through Nevada PEP and sign up, but it's really just parents, offering ideas maybe that have worked for them, and just kind of they're there to just be supportive and bounce things off of each other and laugh and all that stuff.
But nothing wrong with that either, because some people have tried things that other people might not have thought of.
Right, right. And we find that asking those questions often, promotes, people don't think about certain things, so that if somebody else is asking the question, like, oh my gosh, yes, that. So our support groups is very successful. Parents seem to really create friendships and out of that. So
sure.
Yeah.
Now, do you limit the number of people on these virtual support groups?
You know what, I couldn't tell you that if they limit them. I don't think so. But you know what? Anytime that I've been on it, it's never been to where you have so
Yes.
many that you can't,
Yes.
get your thoughts in or whatnot. So
Yeah. And how long does the meetings go on for, Justin? So
they're an
people
hour.
an hour long.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is it the same time every week, or?
Same time every week. I believe they're on this right now. They're Wednesdays at 6:00, I believe.
Yeah. I have to tell you, I went and looked at your calendar. You've got so many events going on there. I hope that the viewers will go and check out your calendar on your website, because you've got so much happening. Now, you also have a training program.
Yes, we have a very extensive training calendar, and you can go. We offer them on demand, so you can watch them at any time. We also offer live trainings, which you can sign up for, and then we also have in person. So our calendar will display of how each of those throughout the month. Yeah, we do it 2 months at a time. And then we offer them, we go out into the community, sometimes at schools or different organizations, explaining about what we do. But there's trainings on all different topics.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, and they're very informative. So we're really proud of that.
We've got a lot going on.
We've got a lot going on.
Stay
Yes.
with us. We're going to come right back. We're just going to take another sponsorship break.
Okay.
Please stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
Introducing Pacific Coast Capital, your partner in finance. We provide financing for your business. Speed, flexibility, and creativity are the foundation of our service. We'll help you navigate through change and opportunities. Our 90-plus years of experience ensures quick turnaround on loan decisions. Ride the wave to prosperity with us. Ready for new funding? Visit our website today at pacificcoastcap.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our program. And I'd like to thank Pacific Coast Capital for sponsoring this program. If you're a small business in need of money or you have a cash flow problem, reach out. Pacific Coast Capital will help you out, I'm sure. And welcome back, Catherine McKay. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Steve.
So let's talk about a few other things that you have. Let's just touch upon dispute resolution. I don't know how often you're involved in that or drawn into dispute resolutions, but what does that entail when you're involved or called in to help on that?
Well, we always encourage our families to, if there are disputes, really trying to resolve them at the lowest level, right? We can provide just information, education. We have an extensive training at PEP. We're well versed in the laws, so we can help when we need to address it
Sure.
from that angle. But if there are, sometimes it just can't be resolved at the lowest level, and so we're there to help with, help navigate
Sure.
that and connect families with the proper people and the proper steps
Yes.
that they would take.
Yes. Well, it helps you that you have people from the law, that you know the law, and you have people that you can reach out to get legal opinions. That's got to be a saving grace as well. Another thing I noticed on your website is children's mental health.
Yes.
And what's your involvement in that, and to what extent do you get involved?
Well, we many of our families do face mental health concerns and challenges with their children, and so we're able to again kind of connect them with the proper people, making sure that their needs are met if they're in school, so that they can be more successful. We just finished, actually wrapped up, May was mental health awareness, and we do a big campaign for that.
Great.
Yes, and so we send out to several schools activity books that kind of touches on mental health and mental health awareness. So, you know, for us, it's kind of part of what we do every day, but those are our big campaigns, I would say, that are Mental Health Awareness Month. So
Now, when you said you send out these books to the schools, is this something you do every year, or did you just start it this year? Or
this is something that, yes, we've started to do every year.
Gotcha.
So yeah, and it's been really successful for us, and welcoming from the schools and the teachers, and it's just kind of a nice way to touch on it, you know, with kids kind of at their level.
Sure.
And so and with students, so that's another, we're very proud of it, and it seems to be making an impact. So
cool. Well,
yeah,
that's what it's all about, isn't it?
yes,
Making that impact. So is this a different book you put out every year, or is it the same one, or do you update it with
it's
learning knowledge? Or?
Yes, it's different every year.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah,
Can people get these books online as well? or
they
not?
can. They can actually download it and print them themselves, I should say.
Gotcha.
Or we can always get them to them as well. So if they just reach out to us, yeah.
So that's great. So any families that are out there with children with mental or physical handicaps, they can just go online and pull out the book.
Yes,
They can do that,
and print it on,
and they will benefit from it. Their actual parents themselves,
Yes.
they would benefit.
And they're actually kind of activity books, so it gives the kids activities. There was one for the younger kids, maybe kindergarten through 3rd or 2nd grade, and then like more towards 3rd and 4th, 5th graders.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. When it comes to volunteers, is it a requirement that volunteers have a physically challenged family member, or if anybody walks in and their heart's in the right place, they want to volunteer, you'll put them to work?
Yes, we will. We love our volunteers. We actually, we're statewide, I should mention that as well. So we're Nevada's Parent Training Information Center, so we are statewide. We are a nonprofit, so we don't charge for our services. We have, over 25 employees and several volunteers.
Good.
So we just appreciate them because they help us out so much. And some of our volunteers are parents. Some are, students. Some are, so we have like a array of all kinds of people that come in and help. Yeah.
Yes, put their shoulder to the wheel.
Yes, and
Keep it
being a
turning.
nonprofit, I mean, there are, they really help us out so much, and
course.
there's all kinds of different things that they do.
Of
yeah,
course.
So.
Of course. And their hearts are in the right place, because that's why they've walked in the door to volunteer.
Yes. Yes.
Funding. How do you get your funding? Is it corporate, government grants, individual donations?
We are state and federally funded.
Great.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about donations from the public, although I'm sure you probably welcome them.
Yes,
But-
yes, we do. But yeah, but most of our funding comes from
So,
the
federal and
state
state
level.
government.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's nice to have that cushion. Do you have any fundraising events that you put together from time to time?
Yes, we do, and different, like for Children's Mental Health Awareness Month, we did have a campaign to raise not only awareness but funds for mental health. We have various fundraising, such as like maybe like a silent auction or
Gotcha.
raffles or things like that. Yeah. So we do have different events or
Things like that.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Catherine, it's been a pleasure having you on this program. Please give out the information, your website information and phone number, where people can reach out to you, go and visit your website, see everything that you do.
Sure.
It's been hard to cover it all in this time frame because there's so much out there.
Yes.
So please reach out and give to our viewers the website and phone number.
Sure. You can reach us at nvpep, that's nvpep.org. And our phone number is 702-388-8899. And yep, just give us a call, reach out, and we'll connect you with the right person, or, you know, try and answer your questions that you might have right off the bat. But we have all kinds of great information on our website. So yes, please visit us there.
Thank you again for being with us on this program. It's been an absolute pleasure having you. Please keep up the good work. You're doing amazing work out there, all you families with children that need assistance.
Thank you
You're
so
a true
much,
blessing.
Steve, for having me today. It's been great.
I've just enjoyed it so much, so thank you. And I'd also like to thank our show's producer, John Stiles, and station owner of WWDB-TV for allowing me to host this program on his network. I'd also like to thank our sponsors, Pacific Coast Capital and Lucia Capital Group, and my business partner, RJ Champion. You'll hear his message right at the end of this program. And last but not least, I'd certainly like to thank you, the viewers, for tuning in, listening to this program. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out to me at stephen@thegiftofgiving.vegas. I hope you will join us again next week. In the meantime, please stay safe, be kind to one another, and see you soon. Bye for now.
Mr. R.J. Champion is proud to sponsor WWDB-TV's series, The Gift of Giving, and wishes the program much success. Congratulations and gratitude to the featured guests and the organizations they represent. Our community is well served by your tireless efforts to make Nevada a better state for all its residents.